It's one of the oldest and most important questions humanity has ever asked. Who is the only true God? Every culture, every religion, every generation has wrestled with this question. And in some way or another, every answer has shaped the course of history, war, peace, love, fear, and even the meaning of life itself. Some people say there is only one God. Others say there are many. Some say God has a name: Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Yahweh, Waheguru. Others say God is formless, nameless, beyond all human language and thought. Some imagine God as a loving father, others as a cosmic force, or as the mother of all creation. And then there are those who deny God's existence altogether, believing only in what science can measure. So, who is right? To begin with, let's step back from names, forms, and labels. Let's ask a simpler question. What do we really mean when we say God? When a child looks up at the sky and says, God made this, what is the child feeling? It is a sense of wonder, of something bigger, something eternal, something that holds this entire universe together. God, in that sense, is not just a figure in a book. God is not limited to a culture or a name or a temple. God is not a statue, nor a cloud-dwelling old man handing out rewards and punishments. At the deepest level, God is the source, the beginningless source of all that is, the life running through all things, the intelligence behind the breath in your lungs, the love in your heart, and the fire in the stars. And once we understand that, the question changes. It's no longer who is the true God, but what is the truth behind all gods? Let's look at the world. A Christian may say, Jesus is the only way to God. A Muslim may say, there is no God but Allah. A Hindu might say, all paths lead to Brahm. A Buddhist might speak of the ultimate reality without using the word God at all. And a mystic might tell you, the divine is within you. Are these people disagreeing, or are they all pointing to the same truth using different languages, stories, and symbols? Let's consider this. Imagine 10 people standing around the same mountain, but each on a different side. One sees the forested slope, one sees a snowy peak, one sees a rocky cliff, one sees a river flowing down. Each describes the mountain, but in very different ways. Are they arguing about the mountain or simply describing their view of it? God is that mountain. We are all standing at different points. And every religion, every tradition is describing a different angle of the same infinite mystery. But then the ego comes in. And the ego says, my path is the only way. My God is the only true one. All others are wrong. And this is where the problem begins. Not in God, but in human pride. Truth does not need to compete. The sun does not need to prove that it is bright. The ocean does not argue with the rivers. In the same way, the true God does not need to fight for a throne in your mind. God is not a politician. God is the light in all lamps. If there is truly only one God, that God cannot belong to just one religion, one culture, or one book. The true God must be universal, eternal, present in the breath of a monk and the cry of a newborn, present in the silence of the desert and in the chants of the temple, present in the stars, the atoms, the heartbeat, the stillness. And here's something deeper. The true God is not just out there. The real mystery is this. The same divine source that made the galaxies is alive within you. That which you worship as supreme is not separate from your own being. The sages of Advait Vedanta called it Brahm. Not a God in the sky, but the undivided, infinite reality, beyond time, beyond space, beyond birth and death. And they said something radical. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. Krishna said, I am the self in the heart of all beings. The Quran says, God is closer to you than your jugular vein. Buddha pointed to the same truth, not by using the word God, but by showing the path to direct awakening. So who is the only true God? The only true God is the one who was never born and never dies. the one who cannot be owned by any group, name, or ideology, the one who is not threatened by other gods because there is no other. The only true God is the one who is not separate from you, or me, or anyone. And when you stop arguing about God and start looking directly into your own heart, when you quiet the noise of belief, doctrine, and division, something begins to stir. A silence, a presence, a love so deep it does not need words, a stillness that has no beginning and no end. That is the only true God. And that God has no religion, that God has no enemies, that God needs no temples built from stone because the real temple is your own awareness. And the moment you stop searching outside and begin to listen inside, you realize the one you were praying to was always you.